To assemble a Blum Tandembox drawer. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is go through what we need. So we're going to have our bottom and our back. They're the components you'll get cut. The rest of it's all hardware. So we need our back brackets and our metal sides. So these are a really nice drawer. They're the Rolls Royce of drawer runners. You'll get two little plastic clips. Put those to the side, we'll come back to them. So two really nice drawer sides. Depending on the model, you might also have gallery rails, but we're going to keep this video nice and simple, but the construction method is exactly the same. They're the components. Now we're going to get their tools. You don't really need a nail gun for these. You can do it all with cordless drills. So I'm going to have my drill with a 3mm or 1/8 countersink bit. So I use a 50mm long countersink bit. If you need one of those, give us a yell. We can help you get one of those. And if you're doing a fair bit of construction and assembly in your cabinets, you definitely get your money out of that. We use 50mm chipboard screws and some 16mm self-tapping screws as well. Get yourself a combo square and a pencil, and a bradawl will also really help. Okay, that's all the tools you need, so let's get stuck into it. Okay guys, the first part we need to do for our Tandembox drawer is assemble the back and the brackets. So just get your back component. If you've purchased your components from us, they're going to be labelled, and the label is always on the face, okay? So very important, flip it over because you need to put the brackets on the back. You know, have your two brackets, left and right, and they just slip on the back like so, okay? And then you want to flush it up on the top edge, so it's not actually the folded bracket which screws on the back, it's that top edge there, okay? So you want to flush those up. And we're just going to use two little 16mm self-tapping screws. If you want, it's a really good idea, get yourself a bradawl or a centre point and just mark where you want the centre of the screw to be, and it'll make your life a lot easier. So just with our little 16mm screws, we're just going to screw that bracket on. Okay, so you can see I'm hanging it over the edge of another component because it's slightly thicker than the thickness of our back. Okay, so if you're trying to do that flush on a bench, you'll have a few problems. So I'm just hanging it over. I'm just using the bottom because, my drawer bottom, because it's nice and close. Okay, so just two screws for the brackets. You do have elongated slots, so you can move it up and down if you don't get it quite right. Opposite side, exactly the same. So flush on the top, not on the screw tab on the back, okay? So on that top edge. I'm just going to mark it again. And once again, I've got it overhanging. So that's our first step, fitting our back brackets, and it really is as simple as that. The process doesn't change, even if you've got a higher drawer with gallery rails or different sides, the process is exactly the same, you just have bigger brackets. Okay, I'm just going to put that to the side for now. The next part is just fitting one of our metal sides. So the sticker's on our good face, so I'll just turn that around and I'll try and assemble it from behind so you can see what I'm doing. Just get a side, I always start with my right side, and I'm just going to pop that on like so. I know that's the right because I've got the bracket at the back. Okay, we want a nice clean work surface, and all we're just going to do is come along and screw it off. Just make sure you're not leaning the drawer front or back because it's going to affect how flush your bottom and your side are. You can see there, if I'm just leaning it a fraction, obviously I'm exaggerating it, but it is really important to get that nice and square. I'm going to use this one first because it's nice and easy location right at the top. Again, just using my bradawl to give me a starting point and hopefully get my screw right in the centre of that hole. I'm just going to, before I screw it off, I'm just going to flip it over and check that I've got my drawer side and my bottom nice and flush, which I do. So now I can just come along, mark my other holes. Make sure you keep your drawer runner in tight. You don't want it on an angle, so you really got to push the drawer side rather into the bottom. And then I'm just going to screw that one off. It's always tempting to put both your sides on, but if you do that, you won't get your back in, okay? So we've already made our back. I'm just going to get rid of our label there, because this component sits over there, so you'll get your label stuck in between the two. So I'm just going to put my back on like that, and then these two holes here are going to line up with the prongs on the clip on the side. Easiest way to do it is just flush it up at the top, push it in, and it clips in, as simple as that. Now we can put our other side on, and again at the top here they're just going to clip in the exact same method. Flush it up at the top, give it a bit of a tap, and that's all you need to do. So once again, if you put both sides on, you're going to be in trouble because you won't get your back in. Coming around the back, exactly the same as the other side. Now I'm just going to screw it off. Keep it nice and square on your bench. Again, you don't want to be rocking it, and you want to make sure you've got your drawer side pushed tight in against your bottom. And for my last one, I'm just going to roll it over. It's a bit easier to get to. Okay, so we're 90% there. The last thing we want to do is screw our back to the bottom. So our bottoms are going to be 16mm thick for this type of drawer. So I want to go halfway through. I'm just going to set my combo square at 8mm. And just mark nicely there for 2 screws. Get my drill. Again, I've got a 3mm diameter, 50mm long countersink bit, and I'm going to get in line with my drawer. So I'm looking along, so I've got no chance of drilling out the side of my bottom. Two 50mm chipboard screws. And there you have it. One nice, neat, really clean, beautiful Tandembox drawer. So we've got our nice metal-sided Tandembox runners and our drawer assembled and all located. Now what we need to do is fix our front clips. So these come as part of your kit, and if you've ordered your cabinets and drawer fronts through us, they should come pre-drilled like this one here is. Otherwise, if you need to drill them yourself, they're a 10mm diameter hole at a 32mm spacing, but you'll need to check your Blum website for your exact locations. Really simple to put in. Just press the dowels all the way in, have your metal tab towards the outside, and then once you stand that metal tab up, that's all it takes to locate. So the dowels expand, as you can see there, once you straighten the metal clip up. So just have your metal tab towards the outside, press them all the way in, make sure they're all the way down, stand it up, and now you've got your clips installed in your drawer front. Come back here, in your drawer side, you do have a rectangular slot, okay? So all you need to do is line that up and put it in, and they should just clip on. And that's as easy as it is to install a Tandembox drawer front. So we've just clipped our front onto our Tandembox drawer runner. You might need to do a little bit of adjustment, and these drawer runners are great for that. Really easy to do. The only tool you're going to need is a posi drive screwdriver. This screw here at the front is for left and right adjustment. This one here at the back, as you can see, is for up and down adjustment. So it's really easy to adjust. You can't go wrong. Just keep fiddling around till you get it right. If you do have to take the front off, for example, if you need to send it off to paint, you've got another cross that's it's just a little bit hidden here in the top hole. You can force your screwdriver on there, okay? And if you do that on both sides, just roll the screwdriver towards the right hand side, roll it clockwise, you'll be able to take your drawer front off. nice and easy. So if you need to do that for transport or send it away to paint, not a drama. And as I mentioned before, line it up and clip it in. It's really that easy. You get these little plastic cover caps. So once you finish and all your adjustments are done, you can just click those in there to finice it off nice and neatly and have a much better looking drawer.